Welcome everyone, my name is Peter San. Today we are discussing on the issue, the toxic environmental disaster in Hudson Falls, New York, and it's a story of contamination and its consequence, with far-reaching effects on the community and environment. For the purpose and objectives, we will introduce the topic and provide background information, then discuss the causes of the disaster and its impact on the environment and human health. Then conclude with a summary of the key points. Then let me introduce some background information. The Hudson River has served as a vital transportation corridor for commercial and recreational traffic. It has supported activities such as commercial and recreational fishing, swimming, boating, and electricity generation. In the early 1970s, toxic compounds known as PCBs were found in water, fish, and sediments of the Hudson River below General Electric Company's plants at Hudson Falls and Fort Edwards. For assessment purposes, the trustees divide the Hudson River into two distinct parts. The upper Hudson River extends from its origin to the federal dam at Troy, spanning approximately 160 miles, and the lower Hudson River extends from just below the federal dam at Troy to the battery in Manhattan, covering approximately 155 miles. Then let's get more information about General Electric plants. General Electric plants at Hudson Falls and Fort Edward are identified as source of PCB contamination in the Hudson River. PCBs were extensively used in capacitors and transformers produced at these plants until 1976. Over 1 million pounds of PCBs were discharged into the river through outfall pipes during this period, so it is making what some call the largest Superfund site in the nation. Then understanding the PCBs. Polychlorinated biphenyls is the abbreviation of PCBs. PCBs are synthetic chemicals that were widely used in various industrial applications due to their desirable properties such as chemical stability, heat resistance, and electrical insulating capability. In response to health and environmental concerns, PCBs were eventually regulated under the Toxic Substance Control Act in 1977. Leading to a ban on their manufacture and processing in the United States by 1979. And here are some properties of PCBs. PCBs are chemically stable compounds allowing them to persist in the environment for extended periods, and exhibit a tendency to accumulate in fatty tissue due to their lipophilic nature. And the most important is that PCB can bioaccumulate in the food chain, leading to higher concentration in organisms at higher trophic level. Here's a table summarizing the health effect of PCBs. This table provides a concise overview of the various health effects associated with PCB exposure, covering both cancer and non-cancer effects across different bodily systems, emphasizing the importance of addressing this environmental concern. Then in this slide, as you can see, here's a pie chart showing that consumption of foods contaminated by PCBs, especially fish, meat, and other poultry products, appear to be the main source of exposure. So here's some tips for healthier eating. PCBs, DDTs, something like that, chemicals are found at higher level in the fat of fish. You can reduce the amount of these contaminants in a fish meal by properly trimming, skinning, and cooking your catch. Then here is a bar chart showing total PCB in upper Hudson River fish. And there is a briefly decrease from 2016 to 2021. And in the 2002 record of decision, EPA adopted the target concentration of 0.4 milligram per kilogram and 0.2 milligram per kilogram PCBs in species weight fish failed to be attained by 2020 and 2031 respectively. Meeting this target concentration was expected to facilitate the relaxation of fish consumption advisory from the current Eat None recommendation in the upper Hudson River to one of limited fish ingestion. And this table provides Hudson River PCB Superfund cycling up. Let's take a closer look at the role of the EPA and the chartees. The EPA is the lead agency for cleanup of the Hudson River PCB Superfund site, and the Hudson River Natural Resource Chartees conduct natural resource damage assessment and restoration. Then here's the chronology of major site events. Then here's the summary, and in this slide, the most important is that about 310,000 pounds of PCBs were permanently eliminated from the river. Then the project was one of the largest and most complex environmental dredging efforts in the U.S. And a 5-year review of the cleanup's progress was conducted by the EPA in 2012. Thank you for your listening.